Okay.
Most
I'm
likely.
just going to start, and I'm going to ask a few different questions, and we'll see what he says. So, what was really going on in your life when you first started this channel back in 2023?
I was just basically sitting around and come up with a channel, called it Rusty. I don't even know how to fucking name a channel or anything.
No.
But anyways, I ended up changing the name. But yeah, I was in Vancouver.
Okay, so you just picked the name Rusty.
Because I was like, Mom used to call me Rusty. People call me Rusty.
It's a
like
nickname.
A nickname.
So why did you end up leaving that behind?
Because I actually got an app called ChatGPT, which I'm sure most people are familiar with, and I was like, okay, let's try this. Let's just see if it'll generate a cool name for me. I give it some prompts about myself and this and that. And it came up with give me like a list of 10, and I was like, fuck, Endless Bay. That sounds pretty cool.
Oh, okay, so that's where you came up with the name.
But I wanted to incorporate something that had to do with the bay, being around the bay.
Okay.
That's where
what does California have to do with this?
Because most of my audience is from LA. Most of my audience is from Los Angeles.
Oh.
Yeah, like it's 80, like I don't know, 75% of my audience is from Los Angeles, and a lot of the stuff is from Bay Area and shit too, right?
Okay. So, well, when you think back about that first version of the channel, like what do you see now that you didn't see then? Like what was that about, that first version?
I just wanted to see if I could make videos and see if they would actually get viewed, because I knew my Facebook, like I used to post videos on Facebook and stuff, and people like, I get a good engagement. I seem to have like a lot of people that like the shit that I have to say. So
what kind of stuff were you putting on that first Rusty channel though?
It was just random shit, like random shit I seen in Vancouver, like some chick spray painting. Sorry for the language. Spray painting. Hey, I gotta probably cut that out. Spray painting side of a work van right in front of my house.
Okay, and you're just
just random stuff like that, right? And just everyday crap that you see in Vancouver, which is a pretty wild city itself. So there's lots of shock value, I guess. But it wasn't really going to be for that. I just wanted to see how it works. I had YouTube channels before, and I didn't take them serious because I didn't know how the whole framework works when you're trying to build.
You're just going in there blind.
Just going in there blind. You don't know, right? Okay. And then you start watching videos like Think Media or Think Podcast.
Okay, you're getting too far off track here.
Or Modern Millie. But anyways, yeah. So you start learning and trial and error.
All right. You were working with Matt Smith at What's the Dirt?
Yeah.
And what did you learn about, YouTube and about yourself and things like that when you were working with Matt?
I learned a lot about how you structure a YouTube video and the stuff that goes into it. Like there's a thing called search engine optimization, but I'm not going to go too much into detail.
No, so he kind of like was teaching you this kind of stuff?
He was teaching me this kind of stuff, sourcing clips for him and helping him with ideas for...
So were you sitting in a room with him or?
No, like mainly doing Zoom calls.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then when did you think, oh, you know what, actually, I could probably do this myself?
Well, I always knew I could do it myself, but I didn't know how to title the video or make a thumbnail or how important that stuff is. And the three things, like the description has to have search engine optimization built into it. And a lot of creators don't know this. And like I said, I'm new to this. This is not like, it's not blown up completely to the next level yet, but I know it's on the way because I just stay in the course and it's just working. It's not slowing down, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I was like, yeah, I know I could do it, but now that I know how it works, how the whole system works, then I'm like, okay, well, this is something I can really dive into because I get obsessed with stuff really quick. You know that, right?
And then did you stop for a little while and go back to it, or because there was a little bit of
I stopped for a little bit there, and I was like, kind of, I don't know, I was helping Matt for a few months, so I was focused on his channel and helping him grow his channel.
Okay.
So I didn't really have time to make my own content per se. Everything I made was for him. Like I was going to do Instagram, take over his Instagram for him, just do reels and stuff for Instagram, but it never ended up happening. But
so what made you decide, oh, I'm going to get back to this?
I was like, man, I hurt my shoulder, right?
When was that?
I dislocated my shoulder on New Year's Day. It was like 6 o'clock in the evening, and I fell down. I dislocated my shoulder. It really put me in a really shitty spot. I had a bunch of job offers. I was supposed to go back to work, and I didn't get to go to work because I'm injured, and it's really, really painful, right? So I had all this time, and I'm like, oh shit, this is a perfect time. I will seize the moment
and
start really putting in some serious work. So, and that's what I did. I started creating.
So it was an injury really that kind of drove you.
Pretty much, and shoulder injury that drove me to continue and keep be relentless with it.
What happened in November 2024?
I think Christmas was coming on, and I was like, I don't know, I was like kind of like stagnant. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna try something different.
Okay.
Make a different video.
Yeah.
And see how it goes. And I forget which one it was because I got tons of them now.
Okay.
But it did really well. I'm like, holy shit, okay, this is something.
Right.
Okay, and I've been like obviously doing research and stuff, and I was like, you got to double down. Okay, use something that's in the same category or the same artist or same topic that you're covering. You got to double down on it, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, you had a lot of sleepless nights trying to get this stuff going.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of sleepless nights. A lot of sleepless nights.
Do you sleep during the day or do you just not sleep?
Like sometimes I'll stay up because I get a video going and I'm starting to create, and it's like, and I kind of can't shut my brain off because I'll start thinking about other ideas for it, like especially if new long form content. But I'll be up and it'll, before I know it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, holy shit. And I'm like, fuck, I still got like an hour to go. So then it's like, fuck, I gotta go. Okay, I'm going. All right, I gotta get some sleep. So I'm gonna go back to sleep and I wake up again at like 10 o'clock or something like that. And it's like,
go again.
Or sometimes like 9 o'clock.
So what was the one idea that you had and you're like, oh man, this is gonna be deadly, and then you did it and it was like total shit?
I had this one video that I did, and it was a short, and it was like a complete concept. Like it wasn't like, it was my own thing. It was like, imagine what rappers would be like if they were in Lord of the Rings. I think that was it. And I was like, this is gonna be the craziest video ever. This is gonna be like this one here is gonna be the one that puts me on the map.
Yeah.
Blow up.
Oh, I remember that one.
Remember I did like a crazy narration on it, and I had like 50 Cent, Eminem, and I had all these different artists. And they looked, and it was like AI generated to make them look like they were from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And I thought that was like gonna be the bee's knees, like the best thing that I ever did.
And it flopped?
And it got like, it's right now, if you go look at it on the channel, it's like 500 views. And I got videos now with 1 million views on them, right?
Oh
so
my
it's
God.
like, I thought that would have been one of the ones that got 1 million views, but no.
Okay, well, you just never know.
You never know, but like I said, that one, and it's been known that maybe in 6 months, the algorithm will magically pick up that video and it might skyrocket it. So you never know. As long as you got content on your channel and you keep creating, it's all going to be there. It's all going to end up generating money anyways in the end. So, yeah, but that was a flop, 100%.
What does relentless mean to you when nobody's watching, nobody's liking, and nobody is commenting?
It's like, man, you got to just.
Do you just dust yourself off and keep going?
Yeah, exactly. You got to keep going. You're like, oh shit, I got to come up with better ideas, I guess. And you got to really sit there and brainstorm and do some research. And it's like, okay, I'll do this one. Maybe this one will work. And you got to stay engaged too. You got to keep, even if no one is, if no one is commenting on the video, you got to try to make it get a little bit of traction in the beginning. So
just to give it a chance.
So usually you'll make up a nice comment that you can comment on the video and then pin it to engage conversation, right? So that's another big thing that people miss. So that's relentless. You just got to be relentless. You got to be like, okay, shit, there's only like 150 views on this video. Oh, what the fuck? But then it's like, if you create engagement and then you go look at the video in 5 days, and the same video that was stagnant for 4 or 5 days at 150 views is now at 10,000 views.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they don't realize that you just post it, share a bunch of times on Facebook or whatever, and that's it, right? But that's not the way it works.
I see.
And I've just learned that myself.
So I think you've been posting like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. What would you say is the weirdest or the wildest thing that you've ever posted? Back in the day,
not back too far, but there's a guy named Chris Sampson out in Halifax. He's a good friend of mine. And I don't know, hopefully he's doing okay. I haven't really talked to him that much in the last 2 months. But I was in Ontario at the time, living in Collingwood, and I was building a shipping container home. Yeah. And what was the question again?
What was the weirdest or wildest thing you posted?
Oh yeah, and I was there. I was by myself. And I was drinking heavily at the time, and I said to Chris, I said, "Dude, it'd be the funniest thing if maybe I'll post a clip of it in this podcast too, so people could see. But it's absolutely ridiculous."
What was it?
It was basically me. You probably seen it. It was basically me doing a bunch of weird shit. Like I was in the shower pouring maple syrup on myself.
I don't know.
And hot peppers and shit.
No, I don't think I've seen it.
I was like, pretending I was gonna stick a fork in the toaster and shit. It was fucking ridiculous. Sorry with the language, but it was ridiculous, and but it's got Chris. Chris came up with the song and he's singing it, but I'm lip singing it, so it looks like I'm singing the song.
Stop.
And it's like I'm Dustin Lawton. And
okay, I love Chris's
please
songs.
subscribe to me.
Chris's
stuff,
Dustin
right?
Lawton songs are pretty good.
Yeah.
He used to send me some stuff.
But we made a full on skit of it, right?
Okay.
And it was like that's.
I'd like to see it. I don't think I saw
Bar
it.
none, hands down, the most ridiculous thing that is of me on the internet. I kind of regret doing it, but it is what it is. Oh, and I did another one too. When I was living in Vancouver, I had there's a guy named Philip Solo, and he's actually a pretty huge YouTube creator.
Mm-hmm.
He had me on his one of his episodes, and I did like a little bit of an interview with him because I'm talking about like drug addiction and homelessness and shit like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was basically walking down the street like a POV or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Holding the phone video,
talking
head kind of thing. But I kind of regret doing that. I don't really call it ridiculous, but I don't know. I kind of just regret it.
Yeah. Just don't feel comfortable about it anymore?
Not really. I was in a pretty vulnerable state in my life, and I was like, fuck, I'll do it. Whatever, I'll do an interview. Just,
right.
You know.
Okay.
And it was like, well, Philip, if you're seeing this, I still love you. And it's still a pretty cool video. I just wish I wasn't in it. It is what it is.
Do you feel like people underestimate the amount of time or energy it takes to make a YouTube channel or to make content? Or
I think people really don't get it, especially people that are just run of the mill, like, you know, like I'm not gonna say nothing, but like not creative like that. They're still creative, I guess. They do their own thing, but like not. A lot of people are more private, and they want to keep stuff to themselves, so they don't really get what it takes to put this much effort into something, not knowing if it's going to work.
Right.
And usually it's people that don't understand it that have the most to say about it and the most to criticize you. Because I've had a lot of people, especially around here, I'm not going to say any names or nothing like that, but that have said, well, how much money are you making now? How much money are you making off of it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, so it's like,
it takes a long time to make money.
It's like, no, I'm not making any money right now. Actually, I am. I've actually started making money now.
Yeah.
And I've actually got like people want me to do commercials for them, like do edits for their small business.
Did you finish your first one yet?
No, I haven't, because I've been too busy with all this other stuff. But I was talking to her earlier, and we're coming up with a plan. So she's going to email me all the stuff.
Right.
So I got that one, and there's another little something in the works too. But
so
plus, I got to make content, continuously make content for the channel.
So you got to do your work, then you got to do this, you got to make content.
Yes.
It's a lot of work.
So it's a lot of work. So a lot of people know. People don't understand, and they don't get it. I guess that's the question, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So like when you're thinking about making a video or like coming up with an idea, like say the creative process, what are you doing? Like, are you drinking coffee? Are you hanging around? Are you, where you at?
Well, it's from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep.
Yeah, where does a new idea come from?
The new idea is like,
just pops in your brain?
It's just like, yeah, okay, that's cool. I think about the one that just went like, I don't know, 500,000 views a few days ago.
Okay.
It's like, oh shit,
so
I gotta kind of capitalize off that one.
Right.
And it seems like a lot of the stuff, surprisingly, has been Fred Durst of all people, right? From Limp Bizkit.
Yeah,
so it's like,
what the hell is
so
that
it's like, what the hell? Why is this the biggest thing on my channel? But it's like, man, it's working. So
whatever.
You got to double down and you got to keep going at it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what would, if you had to say, like, what would,
don't work? Sorry.
Yeah. What's the biggest difference between, say, Dustin that started this channel back in the day in Vancouver and Dustin's that's sitting here today?
Well, I'm not living in a fucking halfway house. I'm not living in a halfway house on Heatley Street in Vancouver, East Side, downtown East Side. So, you know.
So you're just like having a little bit more stability in your life, say.
Yes.
Yeah.
More stability, and like I'm injured. My shoulder's kind of screwed. My lower back, there's something going on with that now too, and it's really, really painful. But I'm not there, and I'm actually using my skills and my creativity to actually do something for myself and, you know, for my daughter eventually, because it's going to pay off and it's going to help her too, right? So.
What about the Endless Bay brand? Like, where do you want to take that? So right now it's mostly what YouTube channel, typically about
it's
hip-hop
like a
artists.
media like thing now.
You want to branch out to different stuff. I noticed you put one on there about Justin Bieber.
Well, I'm doing
and Fred Durst. Like, it's not just hip hop.
It's not just hip hop, and that's not like something that I was like when it was. What would you call it? Like the inception of Endless Bay. Like that wasn't a thing where it was going to be just hip hop, anyways.
Okay, it seemed like it leaned that way.
Yeah, it kind of did because I love hip hop.
So the brand now, you said it was going to be branching out to different.
Sorry,
stuff,
back to the question. Yeah, the brand is going to be I'm going to brand it like a business because it seems to be working, and it seems to be something that I can actually do for a living because I love being creative.
Mm.
And I got like, one of my buddies hit me up the other day because I was putting my feelers out to see, like, just networking, which is very important, to see what I could do to get some merch made, like t-shirts or hoodies or whatever,
Yeah.
mugs. Because I'm close now to be able to use my channel as a spot to sell stuff. So,
Okay.
you know, if I could get the brand, I get some really nice high quality merch, and then I could have like an e-commerce store connected to the YouTube. And then when people, if they want to, you know, if they want
Merch.
they want merch, they want to wear the t-shirt, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that. It's reaching out to something like that. Plus I'm going to obviously try to do more podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully you can be on more if you like it.
Very awkward.
Very awkward.
I'm a very awkward person.
No, but you're good. No, you're not. Sorry.
Listen,
No.
I'm sitting here and like I'm freezing to death. I have a pair of pink Crocs and ankle socks on. No. It's fine. I look like an idiot. But anyways, I'm just I want to help you out with your podcast. No. I do like podcasting. I just didn't realize it would be a video podcast. I was thinking we just talk.
No, it's like, and that's the thing. I was thinking of this before you came over. I was thinking. They were like, I was in my head. I was like, they're gonna do podcasts. She told me her and Deanne were gonna do a freaking podcast, but like, you guys aren't doing a podcast, so you got to do it. You know what I mean? I was just thinking in my head, you got to do it. So like, what we're doing
we haven't done it.
Do it.
We could do it, but she's not here.
So you guys got to plan.
We have to do it.
Actually structure it and do it, and like do it when she comes home. You guys got to set it. You do it right here if you want.
It's really hard because she's not here, and she got a little baby, and we both got full-time jobs. And
even you could still do it even from a Zoom or something like that. But you should do it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
I don't think I was thinking about a video podcast. I think I was just thinking about talking about
Okay.
Podcast. But anyways, it doesn't matter.
This is the future, the video podcast.
Is it really?
Yeah, there's 6 billion people in the world, man.
Because when I only listen, I don't watch video ones.
Okay, well, a lot of people don't.
I just listen to them like, you know.
But a lot of people also put on YouTube on their TV and put on a podcast, and they're just cleaning their house listening to it from the TV, right?
True.
You could, you know, but you're pretty charismatic. You got the Riz, W Riz.
I don't know about that.
But so yeah, I would totally encourage it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do like your version of success? Is it changing?
Yes.
What do you mean? Tell me more.
Well, I've been like a welder, and I've had my own business doing that. It was pretty successful for a while until shit hit the fan. But we won't go into that. It was just about the Endless Bay podcast. What was the question again?
Like, what is your version of success?
Oh,
like, is it about making money, or is it about something
else? It's about making money now and making stability and making it like, it's always been about my daughter pretty much, right? But there's been some setbacks. So now with this, I can really see a vision, and I see that it's like one of those things that I can really, really like expand on, and there's so many different avenues that you can make money. So now it's like, holy shit, this could be like a money making machine. Like I already got people hitting me up to do commercials for them.
So it's not just about the content.
It's not just about the content anymore.
It's not just about like it's about generating revenue, but in different ways.
Different ways, and like evergreen revenue that will be there, and it'll continuous, like, you know, residual income basically.
Yeah.
Because YouTube, once you put videos, once you do get monetized, all of your back catalog, there's always a big chance, especially if you got high retention videos, that they're going to go viral in the future. So you're always going to be making money off of it, right?
Right.
Especially the long form. But the vision of success, man, that's what it is. This is like something that I can really, like, I'm taking it really seriously, as you can tell. You don't know, I don't fucking stop, right?
No, I know.
So it's like one of those things where it's, yeah.
So if you could go back in time to November 2023 and say to yourself, you know, here's a warning for you. You're going into this, content creation. Do you have any warnings or advice for your old self?
Watch who you share your ideas with. Take everybody at face value when it comes to this stuff. Not your family, of course. Not your sister that loves hugs. Cringe. But no, I would say take it. If I could go back to November 15th, 2023, and know what I know now about content creation and YouTube and actually building the brand, I would say be relentless and just post, because every video that you post, you're learning from it. I didn't know what the hell I was doing at all. Like, well, I stopped doing it for a long time too, right? Just because of that. I was like,
so you would just go back and say, from the beginning, Be more relentless. Keep posting.
Keep posting and watch what's working.
So you're telling people now.
Tell people right now, if you're starting out,
yeah.
if you're starting out in a YouTube channel, keep posting. I would recommend posting 2 or 3 shorts a day. If you've got it in you to drive to actually make that volume of content, that's what I would say to my old self if I was starting. I would say just go ham.
What about, is there anything you struggle with during this process that nobody knows? Because really, does anyone know anything about you on there? Probably not. Or maybe they do. I don't know.
Not really, because most of my audience is like 1%. So,
yeah, like what have you struggled with that you would like people to know about during this process?
Struggle with not being around my little girl because I'm on the other side of the country.
Yeah.
And it's been a task, right? And it's kind of heartbreaking, but it's all going to work out.
Yeah.
I'm sure of it. That's been a huge one. But that's pretty much what keeps me going at this and being so relentless, because I'm not around her and I have to keep myself occupied and busy, or else my brain just goes into another dark place and it makes me really upset and sad. And so if I'm constantly creating, my brain's constantly tunnel vision and I'm occupied. I still talk to her and I still get to see her and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm planning for, future visits and all that stuff. And it's going to get better in the future, obviously. I'm building something right now that's going to last. And
did you ever think about quitting?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You think about quitting this?
I did, yeah, because I'm like, it's not moving fast enough.
Okay.
I'm not getting the checks yet. I'm not getting those brand deals yet. I'm not getting
But you're like, no, you gotta keep going.
AdSense. I don't have none of it, right? So it's like but the thing about it is, it don't just happen overnight.
Okay.
And you got to keep, like I'm saying, being relentless. And so, yeah.
What about this podcast, this very first episode, which is going to look super amateur and weird, and people are going to be like, who's your weirdo sister? Like, what would you like people to take away from this or remember about it?
I want people to remember that it's my first podcast, and I'm super stoked that you're so supportive of what I'm building and what I've been doing, even though a lot of people think it's just some stupid shit and it's a joke or whatever, right? I just want people to remember that it's my first episode, and I'm glad to have you on it, and you're a natural for this kind of stuff, because all you got to do is be yourself.
So says he.
Right?
Yeah.
No, but you are, though. It's just like a natural thing, and this is my first time doing a podcast, so it's like, I appreciate it, and I appreciate you not being awkward.
I'm pretty awkward in general,
but like,
I'm cold.
We got through it. You're cold. But we got through it though, and we got through all the questions.
Okay, yeah.
Did we get through all the
we got through it. We got through it all.
It's all done.
It's all done. So.
Cheers.
Anyways.
Straight vodka. Let's go. Done that.
It's not. Water. Yeah. All right. Well.
It's coffee.
Thanks for your time.
It's Belgian tea.
It's Belgian tea.
Expensive.
Why is it from Belgium?
I don't know.
Chocolate's from Belgium. Tea is from China. I don't know where tea is from, actually.
That is from China. I think a lot of it is. Oolong tea.
Ooh, yeah. Some nice teas over there. Okay. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Good luck. Good luck.
All right. Till the next one. This is
Endless Bay Podcast.
No, this is
April.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Oh man.
25 minutes.